Welcome back everyone to the channel. Today I wanted to do something with a black canvas. So this is just an 8 by 10. Something about I saw a photo of basically the water lit up by the moon at night. So I'm going to try to paint that now. Okay, so all I really did was put a piece of paper on top of the canvas. Now I don't recommend using paper for like a stencil because it flexes too much. It's hard to hold it down unless you literally put something weighted around the hole. In this case, I tried to use some of the tape to make it a little bit more sturdy, but it still flexed out and paint still got underneath there despite my best efforts. So I'd rather use cardstock or cardboard or something. And with this, it's just a mixture of white and black to make different shades of gray. So it's nothing really complicated. I'm just using the same brushes I did before, a little flat brush there. It's honestly not hard to paint the moon. You just gotta do different. I mean, if you get the basic colors in and the basic general shapes from how the moon looks, you can get away with painting it without too much detail. Plus, this moon's tiny, so I don't really need to throw in that much. Though I did go back and forth here and there, just trying to get it to look better. I probably did too much and then had to go back and fix things, and but that just seems to be how I kind of do things. I'll do something, it won't look too bad, and then I'll do too much, and I have to go back and fix it. But so far, I mean, it's a learning process still. So here you can see what I mean by it'd be better to not use just paper for a stencil. It'd be better to use like cardstock or cardboard or something, because some of the paint went underneath the edge and I just had to go back and fix it. So this I do place a little too high, and later on I fix it. And here I'm just about to add like the glow around the moon. It's just watered down white paint, and I just smeared around, like as you can see. I probably should have done a little bit more, or maybe spread it out more horizontally. But unfortunately I didn't think of that at the time, so it ended up just being, well, this. Now, the brush I'm using for this really isn't, I mean, it is a brush, but it's not meant for this. It's actually one of my wife's makeup brushes that she gave me for some odd reason. I probably should have used a different, smaller, round brush. It probably would have worked better, and I probably wouldn't have had to do so much. The other lesson I learned in this is it's probably easier when you're drawing really dark shadowed clouds on a dark background to paint with like a gray color. Pretty much the basic shape of the clouds, and then throw in like white on top of it to give you more of the like the edge lighting effect, which if you're looking at like clouds lit up by the moon, you're gonna have like the basic interior of them is dark, but the outer edges are light. And I worked a while at trying to get these to look a little bit better. They're just straight up white, and I was like, that's too bright. It looks like more like something you'd see in the daytime. So there was a lot of back and forth with grays and blacks and white. So I probably should have started with this brush, seeing as how it was a little bit smaller. It's one of my normal round brushes. It probably would have made painting the clouds a lot easier because it's just not as much paint would have been dabbed on there. But, you know, more lessons learned. And here I just decided to experiment a little bit with a liner brush just to see if that would bring out a little bit more maybe tiny details, but in the end it was just better to use a round brush and just kind of dab on different shades of paint and it looking a lot better that way versus this way with the little liner brush. The other thing I did is I broke out my handy dandy kitty brush for dabbing on more colors. It ended up working pretty well for adding tiny little highlights here and there or darker areas. As you can see, I really took a while to work on these things. They were fighting me, and maybe just my own lack of skill probably just screwed me, but it took a while, but hopefully they look pretty good in the end. Yeah. See? Told you I had to fix where that was. Although I realize it's not perfectly straight, but that was okay. So if you're trying to paint something like this, it's really simple to do, like these water effects, but what I would say is add a little bit more shine to the outside area like this. That kind of gives a little bit more realism. Now I probably should have painted this whole thing with a little bit more color. I do like an orange wash over it later, even though it doesn't really show up, I think, on the video so well. But maybe I should have done more of like a blue wash. I think it would have looked better. Speaking of which, I'm just dabbing on and just painting on some very watered down orange color with my 1-inch brush there, and just wiping it off with a paper towel. And I probably should have added some like distant like islands or something in the water, just a little bit of highlights behind them, so that way the black could stand out a little bit more and just give the impression of something being there. But I just wanted to emphasize like a moonlit, cloudy night with the moon reflecting off the water. And of course I have to do my signature, so this would be the last thing I do to the painting. And there we have it. Something really simple. The clouds took me a while to do. They're kind of fighting me there. But yeah, it's just a simple little nighttime, moonlit water, cloudy night painting. So, hope you all like it. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, share, all that. Helps me out, helps keep the wife happy since this is all for her. Stay tuned for more videos in the future. Thank you all for watching. Bye!